What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Hippo Supercoach. And today, I know I said we're going to do a team update, the final team update before the Pracky matches, but look, we're back with another team update. Things have changed slightly in my team, and if I can control minus and zoom out a bit so you guys can see it at full glance. I've had a lot of thoughts. And I think I'm now back into the full swing of Supercoach, and that is overthinking absolutely everything. So Jack Sinclair's gone out. That's, for me, that's a no. That's a no. I think he will probably play round one, but I just don't think he'll, limited preseason. It's not the player you want to pick for 600k. I say that about Gorn, but Gorn. Let me talk about the Rucks real quick, because so many people are picking Tom DeConing. Tom DeConing? Yeah, Tom DeConing. So many people are picking him. And, look, I get it. I get the upside. What is he in? He's in 31% of teams, but I'm telling you now, guys, I don't see Pitternet not playing. And he's gonna play enough to the point where it really affects DeConing's average. I think it's better to just pay up for a guy who you know is going to be soul rucking. And I'm not seeing, look, DeConing's in basically double the percentage of Gorn. Double the teams have gone, which to me is just mad. Like, yes, I know the upside's there. If he's soul rucking, no doubt in my mind, he's a great option. Can go 110, 120 plus maybe. But I just think with that second ruck, that Pitternet, I know they like having Pitternet in the team. I don't know why my camera is tilted on its side, but I guess that's going to have to do for now. That might be a bit better. I just know Pitternet is going to be in the team. He's going to be lurking. He's come out in Channel 7 and said he's keen for his partnership with DeConing. I'm telling you guys, it's going to affect DeConing's scoring. I've watched a few podcasts lately, and a lot of good info, a lot of good insight out there. I don't know why I look like a ghost on the camera. There's all my water bottles. Fuck it, whatever. I just think there's gonna be times where. Sorry, I've moved on from the Rucks. Why am I still talking about the Ruckman? I'm just very keen on some of these guns. Now, I know a lot of people are getting into this mid-pricey kind of region, and I saw podcasts with DR and the guy who won last year, and I think he had something like 6 keepers, which is it seems like a crazy formula to have 6 keepers. But I just think it's all situational, and I think a lot of people are going to see that and they're going to go, let's jump on all the mid prices. But I just don't think they're all going to work out. Let's look at guys like the backline. I'm pretty keen on those 3. I know not many people are on Luke Ryan for their own reasons. It's fair enough. The coach came out and told him to stop stat padding. I mean, that's a pretty big red flag. But Matt Roberts and Callum Mills, I know early buy, but I'm pretty keen on both of those guys. Roberts because he's going to play that cheesy halfback role. Callum Mills because he's going to play inside mid. So those roles are very Supercoach friendly. I'm happy to make adjustments early if they flop, but I think they're going to be good picks in the back line. And this is another thing, structure. Rookies are going to dictate structure. So from what we know, I think these 3 guys are going to play. This Travalia, Bo Allen, Al Hawley, but there's a good chance. There's a decent chance that none of them play, and then what do we do? So then we have to load up the back line, and honestly, there's no other defenders that I'm really that keen on. I know Sheasel is Sheasel. He'll probably be a fine pick, but my gut says no. I just don't think that role is good for him. I know he scored before in it, but I don't know. There's just something about it. It doesn't really sit right with me, and I'm already going with 3 North players, so I don't really want to have that 4th. The round 12 bye is a real factor. So it's like, who do you pick after that? I mean, it probably has to be Sheasel. I mean, Flanders early bye, probably have to put a line through him. I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt his back or something. Whitfield, another one, early buy. Not a massive fan of him. Zorko, early buy. And then Sinclair's had just done a hammy. I don't know. It's not good. And then you look at the midfield, right? And let's look through some of these mid prices because I want to talk about basically all of them, all the relevant ones. So we'll start off with Jordan Dawson. Now, why is Jordan Dawson? I mean, 3%. This guy is a guy that's been 650k to start the season. So is there, meat on the bone for Dawson? Definitely is. Question is, can he get back to those scoring? I don't know. At the end of the day, you got to remember, unless they've been injured and sub-affected games, there's a reason that they've dropped in price to that point. And I think that's sometimes where we can get caught up. Another guy is Connor Rosie. Now, I know Rosie, he was injured. I think he can bump that up to a 105. Currently a 98. I think that could definitely be a 105. So this is an interesting pick as well, because supposedly should play, full preseason and whatnot. So his body should be fine where it wasn't last year. But the thing is, then Horn Francis supposedly getting more mid-time. Well, then who comes out? I think Rosie is the best forward out of those three young guns, Butters, Rosie, and Horn Francis. I think Rosie's quite clearly the best goal kicker out of them. So does Wines get pushed out? Does Rosie get pushed out? I don't think you push Butters out. Horn Francis, I know he plays deep forward sometimes, but from what we know, he's going to play more forward. At the end of the day, practice matches are going to determine so much. We're going to see how roles look. We're going to see CBA percentages. Teams are going to try stuff, we know, but it is going to give us a bit of definitely a better idea of what's going to happen. Another guy is Will Day. So Will Day is someone I was pretty keen on, 15% teams. I think Hawthorn are going to smack a lot of teams. Not really worried about his role. I know they have talked about forward playing. I don't think they need him on the forward line. I think they need him in the midfield. The only issue with him is he is so injury prone. I don't think he's played a full season ever in his career. He's been in the system for 6 years. Maybe not that many years. Let's see. Why is it doing a full reload? Okay, been in the season. This will be 5th year. Close enough. So I think he's played a full season yet. So that's something to seriously worry about. And he's playing in a role inside mid. That's literally the most injury prone role you could possibly play in. So if he was getting injured on the half back, what's to say he's not going to get hurt in the inside mid role? So that's something to be concerned about him. Obviously, upside is there. Dude is a gun, kind of like a mini Bontempelli, I reckon. And then we move down a little bit to someone like Clayton Oliver. So Oliver, this is another one where, yes, he wasn't fit last year. We're picking him for upside, and I think the upside is too good to miss out on, so that's fine. I'm happy to pick Clary. We know he can go 120 plus. Adam Chera, this is one I'm not sure about because, yes, he's been to Qatar, and everyone apparently gets this magic fix to their body in Qatar. I just don't like... There's a lot of things I don't like about it. Firstly, it's the injury history. I think he's done 3 hammies in the last 3 years or something, or 2 in the last 2. That's a massive worry. Massive worry. Because you're picking, at that price, you're picking him to probably be a keeper for most of the season. I know there's value there, and there's upside in points. He's probably going to go more than 83, more than likely. Another question mark is the role. So let's look at it. So we got Cripps. Cripps is going to be the number 1 CBA mid. Walsh is going to be in there. Then it's probably Chera. But he's also got Hewitt. He's got Jagger Smith coming through. Elijah Hollins. So this is a deep CBA mix. How many CBAs does he get realistically in that mix? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We're going to have to wait and see. But it's an interesting pick, Chera, because I just think he... Obviously, upside's there. Probably 105 upside, which would give you 20 points, which is good. Definitely good. And that'd be a justified pick if he can get 20 plus points on what he's priced at. But I just think the risk is too big for him. Let's move down a little bit. Is there any other mid prices we like? I think we like Peatling, and rightfully so. It makes sense. He's a high contract player. Clearly got some talent. Jed West didn't see the need to use him. Whatever. We see this quite a lot where teams get players that weren't getting used. They come to the club and they do pretty well. Jack Steele, Jed West. Who else? I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but I know it does happen quite a bit. So this is an interesting one. So the forward line, my forward line's changed, and I think it's based off trying to get rookies off the field in the forward line. From what I've heard about these midfield rookies, I think they're going to be okay. I'm not sure about job security. But I think if they play guys like Layla and Smith, I think Layla should be, right in that midfield mix with the Taranto and your Hopper. Just because, if he's number one draft pick, you may as well play him inside mid, get him, get his body right, get him fit enough to play midfield at an AFL level. And Jagger Smith the same. I think we should play him. I don't know if he's going to get CBAs. I'd assume so from what I've read and what I've seen. I think he'll get CBAs. How many? This is the question. And then Tsatsis, apparently he's setting the world on fire. And another thing we have to consider, right, when we're picking guys based on intra-clubs, so remember they're playing each other. They're playing B teams. North are playing North. So you can't judge too much off that. The practice matches will determine a lot. Anyway, so let's talk about Horn Francis. Now, supposedly going to play more midfield. Ken wants him to play more mid, whatever. Obviously, upside's there. The guy reminds me of a young Patrick Dangerfield. Very explosive, hard at the footy. Can kick goals. Obviously, a bit of a hothead. Kind of like Sicily. Same sort of factor. They are explosive mentally, not just with the ball in hand. So that's something to be concerned about. But at this point, I think there's just no other forwards, and I like that depth, having that that one primo in that forward line. I think that just the structure looks a bit better. And then we've gone with Luke Parker as well, so we've added him. I think with Wardlaw going down, Parker should play plenty of midfield time. I don't think he would have gone to North to play in the forward pocket or something like that. I think he can probably go at an 85 to 90, maybe even more if he's playing pure mid. So that's, going to be some decent scores from Luke Parker, I would think. Maybe a little bit to prove. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But, I'm pretty keen to take a punt on him. A little bit of a different situation. Similar price to Zach Fisher, but I think a bit different. Playing inside mid. Obviously, tags aren't going to come his way or anything like that. They'll be going to LDU and Sheasel. Another one I'm seeing people talk about is Cherry. Now, some are thinking about fading him. I think it's just a little bit risky. I think the upside is too high for him. And he's one that if you don't get, it's going to be hard to get throughout the season. Same with the Bont. So that's why I'm not sure about him. Sorry. That's why I'm not sure about fading him. Because I see some people talking about fading him. Moving on to the midfield. So we'll just talk about quickly. So I don't think I had Sarong on my last team. Sarong, I just think... Look, I had Brayshaw. Part of me is scared of Will Brodie. And I think if Will Brodie plays, there's only one spot he can play. And that's the mid. That's the inside mid. He might play on a wing, and I think there's a chance Brayshaw plays on a wing. I'm pretty sure back in 2022 or 3 or whatever it was, when Will Brodie was breaking out as an inside mid, I think Brayshaw might have played some wing time. And that's a bit of a scare for me. And this could be just pure speculation. I could be, completely wrong. But that scares me a little bit. Whereas Sarong, I know he's going to be an inside mid. And he's capable of scoring very well. 116 average last year. Right on that fringe of a top 8 mid. I think you're probably going to lock away 3 top 8 mids if you're picking Bont, Butters and Sarong quite comfortably. don't really need to think too much about it. So we're looking at keepers. We've got Luke Ryan. That's probably our only keeper in the back line. So that's 1. We've got 3 with Bont, Butters, Sarong. I'm going to treat Oliver like a keeper because I think he will be. So we'll say 5 total, 4 in the midfield. Gawn and Cherry, set and forget. So that's 7. And then Horn Francis and McRae. And I think Smith will be keepers as well. So we've got 10 keepers. Luke Parker, potentially keeper. Daniel, potentially keeper. But we'll assume they're not for now. If we do get some DPPs, then obviously they'll probably be bumped out of the keepers. Like if we get a Petrarca, we somehow get a Bont, doubt it. But that'd be huge. But at this rate, Parker and Daniel, in the forward line that we have currently, they could be keepers. So we'll go on the low end 10 and potentially 12. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So 10 keepers with a potential of 12. I don't think we can consider Roberts, Mills, Peatling to be keepers. Roberts potentially. I could see Roberts cracking that 8 to 10 mark on the average. But because you got to remember, he had a lot of sub games, I'm pretty sure, in 2024. So that's something to consider. Pretty sure like this 5, he was a sub. 36, he was a sub. 47, 50. And then, yeah, came home with a 95, 114, 161, 85, 92, 112, 118. So, yeah, I'm pretty keen on him, to be honest. But, yeah, Peatling, obviously, probably not going to be a keeper. If you can go 90, 95, pretty happy with that. So, yeah, obviously rookies, like I said, to summarise the video, rookies will just dictate our structure, but it's an interesting philosophy. Do we go guns and rookies? Do we go more mid-prices like the guy that won last year? Only 6 keepers. Do we find a balance in the middle? This is the thing. You don't want to play the same as everyone else. That's another thing we have to consider. You need to stand out. If you want the 50 grand, you need to do something different. The year I was 74, it was like fading Whitfield, who was an absolute lock or something. Something stupid like that. So you do need to go against the grain somewhat, and I'm hoping I'm anti-potting Sheasel and going to get that right. That being said, if Sheasel comes out in the pracky matches and sets the world on fire, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to get him, because this is what happened to me with Heaney last year. I didn't jump on Heaney after round 0, all the prackies, and it killed me. It literally broke my whole season down. So, and that's another thing that guy that won last year said. He was saying that jump on those guys early, don't wait. And another thing I won't be doing this year is chasing, like with that being said, I don't want to chase the guys at the top dollar. Example, I jumped on Merritt and I jumped on Tom Green, I think 650k plus. Like that was dumb trades. Like I basically threw out the whole idea of, trading at their lowest, buy low, sell high kind of thing. I threw that out the window and I was like, I've got 36 trades. I'll get the Ubers that I want. The Ubers actually dropped off in the end. I mean, Merritt was okay. Tom Green dropped off. Even Heaney, when I got him, by the time I got him, it was like round 13, 14. He started dropping off. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. Let's see how these pracky matches go. Pretty keen on them. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.